Okay. We're going to go to good old Roll20. And we're going to align our map on Roll20. We already did that in Foundry. But now we're going to do it in Roll20. I already got it aligned. Woo, good for me. I have Jasper Posley here taking a stroll through the camp here. And it's lined up. It's ready to go. You don't know how to get your map file from your PDF. Did watch my other video about extracting maps and PDFs. If you already have that, then this is the video for you. So on Roll20, they have some things that are a little different than Foundry. Number one, it's free. There is a paid tier, get you a bunch of extra features I'm not going to get into because I don't use them. But they're out there. If Roll20 is your preferred thing, you can do that. That's no problem. Roll20 has got, this is a newer version of Roll20, but it has got some, what's it called here? Some different ways of doing things. So on the bottom left, it's got the map layer, whatever the word is on the bottom here. So this is layers, this is the category. It's a token layer, GM layer. This is so you can like put hidden things on the map and then reveal them to the token layer later. Lighting, if you want to have dynamic lighting attached, that's one of the paid features. Or you can do have a map layer. So when you're adding your map, you're going to want to use the map layer, or it'll mess you up big time later. And you don't want to go through all this darn effort to find out you were on the wrong layer. You'll want to be on the map layer. So first things first, for just anything else, you want to get on the map layer. So the second thing you're going to want to do after you do that, well, let's actually go to our new page. So we've got our new page, right? Let's zoom out there. After you've got your new page, you selected the map layer, you're going to go ahead and go to your art library. You'll have two options. You'll have the premium asset option, and then you'll have the My Library option. In the My Library option, you can upload your own stuff, right? Like I have here. I've got tokens and other stuff like that, right? So I've just uploaded this map from that Few Flowers More, that free RPG one, and I've got map layer selected, and I'm gonna drag it out, and I'm gonna go. Now I've got it here, right? But I can't. Well, I can. I can literally do this, and there it is. I'm done, right? Totally done, right? Right? No, you're not done. I like that it's green on the background, but as you can see, these white lines and these black lines don't match up. Also, I have rectangles, not squares, on the background picture there. So that's also not going to work. And just to prove my point, I'm going to go to the layers option. I'm going to drag Jasper Fosley back out here, and I'm going to put it right here. So he is now going to navigate this area not in the squares. He's all out of sync with the squares. So that will not work. So the way that you have to do this, which is kind of a bummer, and this is one of the reasons that a lot of people don't like to run Roll20 because they don't like running maps. In fact, there's a certain wolf out there that will let everyone else make the map for this wolf, because this wolf does not want to spend the time aligning maps because it's such a pain in the butt to do. So he waits until somebody else does it for the wolf. I guess that's my understanding. You know who you are. You know who you are. And you know what? You know I love you. So don't get all butthurt. Anyway, but you know it's true. So the way to align this map is you have to count the squares, which is kind of a bummer. I suggest you count squares in a really open, visible thing. Don't count in the dark like I did earlier over here. Counting these was kind of hard to see. These nice, wide and open. And it doesn't matter what size it is while you're doing the square counting. You can do that all you want. I've already done the homework for you already, though. So I know that this is 24 squares wide and some change, and 33 high and some change. I've already done that work. Okay. So I'm not going to make you go through it, but that's what you would do. You would count the actual squares across so you have a good idea. Why do you need to do that? I'll tell you why you need to do that. So you go over here and you change it. You change what it is. This width is already set to 25. I'm just going to make it bigger anyway. That way I have some wiggle room. And this one, I need 33. I'm going to pump it up to 40. You don't have to. You can keep it exact if you want to. But I'll show you one reason why I don't want it. I want it to be out there a little bit. It's because I have these kind of partial squares that I need to make sure I adjust. Okay. So now I've got a lot more wiggle room. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close that. I'm going to actually, I know that this is 24 wide, right? Like I said, and some change. So I already know it's at 25. And I'm just going to estimate that's about half a square. Oh, I need to go back to the map layer. Got to do it. I'm going to bring it in just a smidge. But the problem is right now, as you can see, it's snapping to the grid. We can't have that. We just simply cannot have that. So we're going to go to this disable grid snapping. And now, I've disabled that. Now it'll stay. Look at that. Look at that fancy stuff. Isn't that great? So now I can close like that. Get out of my way. Now I don't need that overhang. I don't need it. I don't need you overhang. So I can put this right there. Right? And I've lined up the top two corners, which is great. But now I need to know, I know this is 33 and some change. Okay, so I had it at 25, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 30. Then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. It should be pretty close. And I had 40, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, maybe I need one more. Okay. Now. Oh, look at that. Look how close it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's almost perfect. Okay. Let's cinch that up just a little bit because I did the overhang, right? Look at that. Look at that. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the... I'm going to lock it. Lock it down. Lock placement. It's locked now. Look at that. Boom. Back to the token layer. And now Jasper Posley can go on a tour within the squares. Look at him. He's in those squares. And so that's how you do this in Roll20. It's not too difficult once you know how to navigate it and stretch things out. It's really the the thing, in my opinion, that is the most difficult thing is counting these diddly darn squares. It's just a a two-dimensional object, so you can count left to right and up and down, and then just account for the extras right there, and then stretch out accordingly. That's all you gotta do. It's easy, because in Roll20 and in Founder for that matter, the tokens will always be the same size. I mean, you can scale them, right? I can scale Jasper to get like a tiny creature, but he's always going to stay within that grid. So, let's see if I make it bigger. Yeah, then he'll do that. But it's always going to be within the grid, right? So you need to. That's just why it's important to be able to scale them out. So now you're gonna do it. You're gonna go to your map layer first. You're gonna go to your art library. You're gonna put it out there. You're gonna count your squares. You're going to unlock. You're going to go to advanced transform, and you're going to disable grid snapping from your map, and then you're going to stretch it because you're going to know how big it is. Of course, you need to, depending on the size of your map, you need to change the page details on this map so that you can do that. So make sure you do that. Questions? Watch it again, and then line up your map. Line up your map like the pro GM that you are, because you got this. You can do it. Okay? All right, next video, we do table plop. Table plop is so much easier. You may end up liking that one even more, so we'll see. But I'm gonna do that one next, so stay tuned for that if you're into table plop.